And we ready to go with the Speedromizer first run, Blade 2, any percent New Game Plus by Mattmatt. How are we doing today, folks?
Doing pretty good.
How's everything going? Yeah?
Yeah.
Feeling good for today?
Indeed.
Game's fantastic.
I'm really excited to see it. I don't know too much about it, so this is going to kind of be fresh for me. And
you're lucky that I'm also joined. My commentator was a developer of the game. If you want to introduce yourself.
Really? Wow.
Hey, I'm Tom Forsyth. Yeah, I programmed a lot of the graphics on this game, although I did the Xbox version and we'll be playing the PS2 version, so I didn't actually do these graphics, but I did some graphics.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Right, so timer will start when I skip the first cutscene, so I'll give you a countdown. This is New Game Plus, so we basically have everything unlocked. We don't really use all of it, we only use the UV grenades. That's literally the only reason we do it. And we also skip the training level because you don't really need to do that for New Game Plus. So I'll give you a countdown to start the timer. So 3, 2, 1, go. So straight away, I'm going to come over to this corner. There's a box. And I'm going to jump on the box. And I'm going to clip inside the box. And, okay, that messed that up. You need to be like really precise when you fall. Okay, well, I clipped through anyway. There we go. That'll do. Okay, now we're out of bounds straight away. I'm just going to jump to the end of the level from the start. Very speedy.
The poor graphics has no idea what to do here because you're not in the level. So it sort of shows random stuff.
Yeah. Also, if you don't jump out of bounds and you hit like a level plane where it would load another area, you can get stuck in that plane and just kind of soft lock, so you have to jump. That's the first level done straight away.
That's all done.
And next level is even shorter. Which this level is actually meant to be quite long. Casually, you meant to like destroy 3 like electric boxes to open the elevator door, and they're like all around the level. But I'm not going to do that because that's
dodge cars and things like that.
Yeah. I'm just gonna come in here and I'm just gonna side jump into this pot, and it's gonna clip me through the wall. I'm just gonna run right into the elevator. Don't have to open it. Just go through.
There you go. Hold on.
So this level's quite fun. This level's got pretty cool music. It's got like a big dance floor with a bunch of vampires, and you get to do some. You meant to like kill them all, really cool and stuff. But as you can tell, I'm probably not going to do that because that's slow.
Yeah, a lot of the screenshots were taken from this level because the disco lighting's cool and.
It's a very impressive level with how many enemies it's got on the screen at one time.
Yeah, it really shows it off. It's a good excuse to have like 30 vampires all there. And I remember there was some AI stuff about when they notice you. So like you can be beating up half of them and the other half is still dancing. It's just because it's comedy value.
Yeah. We can try and kill this guy up there. Okay, we got him. He can be annoying. So I'm just going to come up these stairs. I'm just going to angle myself, and I'm going to side jump, and I'm just going to clip into the floor and drop out of bounds.
There we go.
Very good. And then again, we're just going to jump straight to the end of the level. You saw the dance floor, but then you no longer saw it because I just ran right past it.
Like this game is if you play it properly, it's all about crowd combat, right? Fighting like 10 vampires at once with fists and kicks and stuff. But the way you're skipping everything, it's slow, right? So if you want to do speedruns, it's all just shooting people and that way.
Yeah. The only time we really actually punch people is just to save ammo. And we only really do that in like city sewers because in that level we need a lot of ammo. So this level we can't skip, sadly. This level is tied to destroying all these computers, and then what happens is once you destroy them all, the end of the level will spawn in the elevator we started in. So we can't just like go out of bounds, go to the end, because the end is where you start. So we have to do this level the normal way. So we have to destroy 17 computers, and there's like 2 sides to this map where they all spawn. I will do a safe strat here though. I'm going to throw a UV grenade down and try and grab a health kit. Because you can die in this level pretty easily, so just play it safe.
There's a lot of bad guys.
Yeah.
If you don't take the time to kill them, then...
Also, the damage they do to you, whether they punch you or shoot you, is completely random. You can get punched and take like a pixel of health off you, and then you can get punched again by another vampire and they can take a huge chunk of your health. It's
I don't remember the rules there. Yeah.
It is random. Unless it's like figured out a different way, I don't know, but it is. I don't know how the damage is determined. I just know that sometimes you take more damage than other times. Maybe it's to do with specific vampires doing more damage. I don't know, but yeah. So that we've got one more computer left to do. I do it on the way back because yeah. Also, you get stuck on them. So that's why I'm jumping all the time, because if you jump, they can't like block you. You just kind of like push them out of the way. And that's that level done.
There we go. The nice dissolve effects. We spend a bit of time doing those dissolve effects when they die.
It's very good. This game is very graphically.
They go all sparkly.
Like this game's graphically really good for its time. Like it's a very good looking PS2 game. I'll give it that.
But when it was our first one. We'd never done a PS2 game. We'd never done an Xbox game, and we had 18 months because we had to ship the same day the movie came out. So we had 18 months, brand new consoles, brand new thing, go. So it was a pretty tight schedule.
Yeah, I did a UV grenade cancel where if you kick during a part of the animation, you can cancel like you being stuck into the animation of throwing it down, and you can like jump. And I do that to kill the enemies on the top floor and on the bottom floor, which completely wipes out all the enemies in that entire room, pretty much. Very handy. And again, as you can see by our common theme with this speedrun, I'm just gonna come over here and just do a clip. Get out of bounds. Now we're under the map. Just gonna jump into the final area. Need to destroy this. I don't even know what it's called. This big pink thing in the middle.
Energy store or something? Yeah. Load bearing boss.
Now, acid rain. This is technically meant to be the first like really hard level, especially in the old route for the speedrun, but now we do a skip in it. But the skip is the hardest skip in the entire game. We're going to basically trick the game into warping me through a locked door. Now the sad thing is we can't just go out of bounds to get to the area where this would put you, because the plane where the level, like the plane where the floor of the level is way below the actual map itself, so you can't get up to it. We have to clip through this door, and it can be finicky. I'll try my best to not spend too long trying to get it.
So in theory, you're meant to do something or other to unlock the door. And
yeah, you're meant to like go the opposite way to like turn off the power, and that unlocks the door.
And there's a helicopter that delivers like a canister of poison gas that you're meant to go then take all the way back through the level and put in the ventilation ducts. But that's just gonna go through this door, line it up.
Oh, that was close.
This one takes a couple of times.
You have to like basically, the thing that makes this trick work is the timing for where you jump backwards towards the door. You got to time that second jump really well, and I'm timing it too early at the moment.
Because he's actually doing a cancel mid jump.
Yeah.
It's not just a jump off there. It's a mid jump.
Yeah, like if you jump backwards while you're already jumping sideways, you can change direction and jump back the opposite way. That should work. There we go. Okay. Right. Now I'm on the other side of the door.
And now I can go and pick up the cancel. There should be, if he'd opened the door, there'd be vampires spawned here and he'd have to fight them. But because the door's not open, they didn't spawn.
Yeah. It's very convenient too, because if you open that door and then pick up the canister, it spawns a huge amount of vampires by the exit where I need to take the canister. Yeah. But because I don't open the door, they're never there. So I can just casually
now he's got to get
the
canister back, right? So how do we get the canister back? Well, you don't. You just put it down.
Put it in the door.
put it in the door. So the canister's in the door because we didn't check. Like, why would you put the canister in the door? That would.
So well, the door's not meant to be there. So.
The door's not meant to be there, so we didn't bother checking to see if the door was there because it can't be there. So we can just put it in the door. And now he goes out of bounds, walks the other side of the door, and picks the canister up through the door.
And it might not seem like it saves a lot of time, but this level is quite long, and this skip alone saves about 2 minutes with the first try clip over doing the level the intended way. So it's quite a big substantial time save.
Again. Pick the canister up. There you go. And now you walk to the ventilation duct or something and chuck it in and kills all the vampires in the room.
Yeah.
And again, because he didn't open the door, there aren't people trying to beat him up here.
Well, sometimes there can be stragglers left over. Of course he would walk away. There can be stragglers left over from like me coming through this area.
You can't hit people or shoot people when you're carrying the canister. So
yeah, you have to drop it. Unless you can get stuck. Yes, this is why I threw a UV grenade down like at the start of this level, because it kills all the enemies in this room, but sometimes there can be a couple left over. You need to kill them, because if you get punched while you're holding the canister, you can't move, and you can actually get stun locked sometimes, so then you're literally stuck, and that's it. You just got to reset the level because you can't do anything. But yeah, so with the canister, when you get punched, like, you can't move. So the old strat for this level was to basically build up the entire rage meter, which would give you invincibility, and you would use that to run really fast past all the enemies without them being able to stop you. That's how we used to do it.
Gotcha.
Did you see it when it was like that, or did I show it you like when I found this skip? I think that skip already existed when you joined. Right, so I'm gonna jump into this newspaper stand at a specific angle, back kick twice, and I can just go to the wall. And I'm gonna jump in a straight line for about 1.5 minutes at the end of the level. This level's quite long.
I love the way he navigates and just blackness.
Yeah, I know this game like the back of my hand. Out of bounds, I just know where I'm going. I've just done it so much. But yeah, this level's basically it's like a train station, and there's a lot of trains, and they can run you over and kill you. But if you do this, you can just literally jump along the train track out of the map straight to the end of the level. And it does actually skip a bit because there is some other things you need to do to go out your way to like unlock doors and stuff like that. So this is.
If he turned to his right, you'd be able to see the rest of the level, but he knows his way around here, so it doesn't.
Yeah, you can see the train there, and also that big white room is like a thing out of the map that wasn't used. It's got collisions and everything, but it's just got no textures.
Yeah, it's a bit of a map, I guess we had, but decided that the level was probably long enough as it was. Skip it out of it. It's funny we didn't remove it though. Just didn't give it textures. Oh well.
And now the in part should load it in a second. There it is. Oh, that was a perfect angle. I'm like right towards it. So we need to jump in early. If we jump in too late, we can actually get stuck under the floor, and then it won't actually end the level. But now we've got the worst level in the game. Sewers.
It's a bit slow.
Yeah. It's so a big like auto-scroller kind of thing where we just have to escort Whistler.
Old hop-along Whistler here, he's got to plant these bombs, and he's just very slow. And there's no way to make him speed up.
I worked it out, and this level on its own takes about 17% of the speedrun.
It appears as though we've got a new donation in.
You've got plenty of time for them.
$25 from Killed the Joke 96 says best of luck runners.
There you go. Thank you. So yeah, this game was originally the sort of core concept of this game was we want hordes of bad guys. So Blade should be fighting like 5 or 6 guys at any one time, and mainly punch 'em ups, right? Mattmatt's using the gun because he's unlocked it, but mostly when you start the game, you won't have.
No, you start with the pistol.
You will, but you know ammo's low and stuff. You're using these UV grenades very, very cleverly to Because otherwise, if you shoot them all, you will run out of ammo. But what you're meant to do is go up and punch him in the face, because that's much more fun. And yeah, so this sort of 8-way combat where you push it means you can get surrounded by vampires and punch in any direction you want. That's how it's meant to go.
Yeah, I just punched a couple people.
There you go.
Just because it actually conserves ammo, I do that normally, but you need a lot of ammo in this level, so I pick up as much as I can throughout the level and try not to use it all.
Yeah. So the core game concept was like a Robotron, right? Robotron was the real thing that we really enjoyed. You move in 8 ways and you shoot in 8 ways in Robotron, and so it's not shooting here, it's punching, and that was the idea, was to surround you with hordes of enemies and punch your way out. It works pretty well. It's people, when we launched, people didn't like it. They wanted to press buttons to punch people. So the idea of waggling a stick to punch people, no. So we're now sort of used to it. Like, it's a concept that people accept now, but at the time, just, I don't know, all the reviews just said, no, this doesn't work for me. So whatever.
Yeah.
Come on, Wesley, you slow man. Come on.
I just uppercutted that dude. Oh, the reason I use these UV grenades is specifically to kill the Reapers, and of course it wouldn't kill him. You can't kill these Reapers without them. They're invincible. So you have to use the UV grenade to kill them. Don't shoot the Reaper. He's on the floor. Why would you lock onto the Reaper for? My health isn't an issue in this level. Like, it doesn't really matter what happens to me. Like, I'm not going to die. But like, the entirety of the speed in this level is dependent on Whistler. So if Whistler takes damage or
gets in a fight or something,
it's going to slow you down because he stops, and you need him to be as fast as humanly possible. So as long as he just gets to do his little stroll without having to fight anyone or taking any damage, then you're good.
He's got a shotgun, but of course then he stops to fire it.
Yeah, so she's very slow.
There's a very well-lit sewer, you notice. Well, one of the problems was we originally had this really dark and gloomy sewer, and like Blade, he's a black dude wearing black leather and black everything, and so you got this black guy wandering around a black sewer with black vampires. Can't see what's going on. It's really hard to play the game, so we added all this disco lighting to the sewer.
So if I get too far ahead of Whistler, it will spawn vampires on him, and that's like obviously a way to stop you from just running off and leaving him. So if you get too far ahead of him, it will spawn vampires on him for him to like take damage and then die. Also, if you stand here, there's meant to be a couple of enemies that will spawn, but if you just stand here, they don't. So we just wait for him now to plant the last bomb, and then we've just got to go all the way back to the start, pretty much.
Yeah. I know you were looking for some skips here to try and...
I wish.
...shing him around. Because you can push Whistler around. But it doesn't seem to do
You can break his AI by pushing him into, like, the water at the start, but he just kind of goes around in a circle and then back into, I assume, a trigger that he's meant to, like, walk towards to, like, update where he's meant to go, and I just haven't found a way to basically trick the game into letting me finish the level at the start. It's just because, again, it's like Unphased, the level with the computers. The end level trigger spawns where the level starts, and it won't spawn until Whistler's planted the bombs and then gone all the way back. And I just wish there was a way for me to figure out how to make it spawn, but I've not done that yet.
Yeah, this has got to be one of the few levels where you don't go out of bounds.
I mean, I could. No. Held.
There we go.
Actually, I need to jump back. I shouldn't have done that because I'm stuck down here.
You gotta get back.
Oh no. It's fine. It'll be fine. There's no enemies up in that tunnel. As long as I can get past him quick enough, it'll be I mean, I'm not really too bothered if he gets stopped a little bit. It's not like I'm actually trying to get a PB, so
Right.
No issue. I mean, like, in the next level, not the next level, but in Quarantine, I always end up showing off the big monster that you see anyway, so...
Yeah.
He's gonna get stopped here. There's nothing I can do about it, because I'm gonna have to use a UV grenade. And basically, if Whistler gets caught in a UV grenade, like, explosion, he does... Oh. Okay, he didn't stop. What? Usually did he really just...
Yeah, he just shot you.
No, he shot that guy all the way over there. I've never seen him do that. What? Well, that wasted time because he decided to shoot them. That's weird. Usually he just keeps to himself and just walks unless he gets like punched or something. I've never seen him shoot an enemy like miles away. That was weird.
Always new surprises.
Yeah, so usually if you use a UV grenade in his line of sight, he'll like get stunned and he'll like hold his head like he's blind and he can't see. That didn't happen for some reason, even though he should have been in the line of sight. There's 3 enemies left. I've got to hope they don't run past me and punch Whistler, which they can do. Last one, come on. Where are you? You're just hiding? Okay. Sometimes they can all bum rush you and just run right past you. So now we stand here.
Right.
Once Whistler gets to about there, it will trigger the end of the level. So we have to
there you go.
wait for him.
Whoa! His head just turned 180. That was...
Oh, yeah.
City.
It's so good.
That is creepy. I've never seen that.
Now we're going out of bounds. This is the same level as the last one, but we're going a different way. You can actually come this way in city sewers and see a gate, but nothing loads and you can't hit any triggers. So I was kind of hoping that the end level trigger for this level would be in the previous level and you could hit that and end city sewers early. That would have been great, but
there you go.
It's not meant to be.
No,
not meant to. So you basically just jump into the end of the level again. Which is like at the end of a pipe. Because you're meant to blow all this area up with a bomb. You're meant to plant the bomb and then run away while the timer's counting down, but I'm not going to do that.
No, right.
Just come over here and skip. That's why there's a big explosion slope, because you're meant to have planted the bomb.
You meant to have blown everything up. Okay,
yeah, but there's no bomb there.
See, I don't remember this game. I haven't played it in 20 years.
You know most of the speedrun now. You might as well just learn the speedrun and do it.
That's right. That's true. Follow the rats. Yeah, this is a big maze, and you always get lost in this maze because it's intentionally all the bits of the sewer look the same. It's meant to be a maze.
So there is a big dinosaur following us, like looking thing. So I'm going to turn around. I always show it off when I'm doing marathon runs so you can see it. It's going to come from down there. It's like really big and ugly. There it is. Looks really weird.
It conveniently is the perfectly sized just fit in the sewers. I don't know why they bred.
Oh no!
I don't know if
oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh, it's right behind me. I got stuck. These vampires are annoying. They can block you. I remember Mike told me that he specifically made the AI block you to stop you from getting past and block you in doorways and stuff. It's like, oh, thanks, Mike. I enjoy that. Very good.
Because, yeah, otherwise you can just run past everything. I was like, nah, don't do that. See, I want to know whether they had the dinosaur and they built the sewers the right size for the dinosaur, or whether they had the sewers and then they bred the dinosaur the right size for the sewers. Like, how do these vampires, which way around did the vampires do this?
I have no idea.
Vampires move in mysterious ways. Anyway. But yeah, the secret is to follow the rats. The rats always lead you out of the maze.
But I know where I'm going.
A nice little touch.
Yeah, now the dinosaur's dead. He gets trapped in that fence. You just don't see it because I skipped. Do you know I haven't watched the cutscenes in this game for 8 years. Oh.
Those cutscenes were they were tricky to do because, see, we're streaming all this data, right? So we only load the bit of the level that was weird.
You can actually get him to hit the door as you go through it, and he can launch you all the way up in the corridor.
Oh, nice.
pretty good time save when it happens. It's just very rare.
So it's only loading the bits off disk that you can actually see now. And so the problem with cutscenes is, you can have a camera jumping between two different places. And so how do you know to load the bit of the level that the camera's going to be in? Oop.
Vampires.
And so because otherwise we move the camera there and nothing's loaded off disk, so there's it's all white textures and stuff, so that's a disaster. There we go. And so what it actually does for the cutscenes is it plays two cutscenes, and one is the real cutscene and the other one is the same cutscene but a second in advance, so it knows what to load off disk. It's such a hack, but it fixed the problem of like, how do we know what to load off disk? I remember, yeah, it was a clever system, but it was really fiddly like that.
Nearly went in there then. No, been good.
Yeah, no.
Wait, I was a bit confused and I forgot where I was.
It's not really surprising. Alright, here we go. Yes. Now you know where you are.
Yeah, so this is where the end of the level is. So we just have to basically press this switch and press this other switch over here fast enough, and then it will bring up a lever from the ground, and then we shoot the lever. You don't actually have to turn it, you just shoot it and it will trigger the end of the level.
It's a weird thing to build in an asylum, but hey, vampires be vampires.
I mean, have you not played Resident Evil 2? Why is all that, like, all those puzzles in a police station? Doesn't make any sense.
Gotta keep the lads busy.
Right, so again, I'm just gonna come up to the top of these stairs. I'm gonna throw a UV grenade down, which kills most of the enemies in this room, and then I'm gonna do another clip here. This one can be kind of tricky. Yeah, if you jump like too late, you get stuck in the stairs. It's kind of annoying.
And not in a good way.
Yeah, because you just literally get stuck. You can't do anything. I should go back to doing this the old way, but this way is like 10 seconds faster, so I'd rather, have the time save. We just have to basically get low enough that we can get in the floor and actually stay in the floor. There we go, and drop out the map. Yeah. That was kind of difficult. It's probably the hardest like side clip in the game that we do. Also, I didn't even mention how that stuff worked. So the way it works is when you side jump, the game is checking where you're going to land. So what we make the game do is we make the game think we're going to land at a floor way below what we're actually jumping from. And then when we trick the game into side jumping back, the game automatically thinks we're going to land at that floor. So it puts you at that level and just clips you through the floor that you're already standing on, basically. Very useful. I've done it a lot throughout this run already, but I just forgot to explain it. That's my bad.
And she's being held by them and tortured or something. I forget what.
Yeah. You just wait for all these vampires to spawn and then throw another UV grenade down and it'll trigger the cutscene straight away. So fun fact. This scene right here, if you don't hit that cutscene at the door like I hit, and then do that, the game will just freeze. It's the only point in which the game relies on you doing something for the end of the level to trigger. If you don't hit that cutscene, it will just crash. Very strange. Or we could save a little bit more time not having to do that, but we have to trigger that cutscene, so. Now we've got another escort level, but we're going to skip this one, so it's fine. Just got to kill all these enemies first. We've got to protect her while she unlocks this door that's right behind me.
It's a fun fact. Dr. Grant is voiced by Kate McGowan, who at the time wasn't anyone. She was just a voice actress. She got a couple of nice movie roles a bit later on.
That's very cool. There's going to be 4 vampires here that we have to kill. And then we're going to come back to the stairs. And I'm going to do the side jump again to clip into the stairs. I didn't actually mean to fall there. Usually I like to line myself up where I'm going before I drop, but I'm just gonna have to kind of wing it now. Oh, it's perfect. See, I know where I'm going. I'm a professional. I know what I'm doing. Kinda. Then we destroy that, which will unlock the last door, and then we just jump into it. This level usually takes like 10 minutes, but we do it in like 80% less than that.
And you got to be quick because the vampires are beating up.
Yeah, since we're too far away from her, like I said, if you get too far away from the AI, they get beat up. So like it spawns enemies on them, so we have to like be fast. And now we've got the only boss fight in the game, Vorpal. Which again, if you've played this game casually, this boss fight is actually quite difficult, but the way we do it in the speedrun just makes it really trivial, to be honest. And it took me years to figure out a good way to do this boss, but basically what we're going to do, we need to destroy these pipes that will allow us to hit him, and then we're going to come over to this door and we're going to see what he's doing. What's he doing? Okay, he's over here. Right, so we're going to come and we're going to hit him, and now we need to go back to the door as fast as possible, and then he's going to drop down in the middle right there, and he's going to like recharge. And then what we need to do is okay, that was weird.
Oh, you got a one-on-one, but it didn't do the...
Yeah, and then my camera was... I tried to jump backwards towards the door, but...
Oh, it's a one-on-one. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, I think if the camera angle would go out of the scene, then it doesn't do it. But you still get
we have to stand by this door. If we stand by this door, no matter what, he will drop here every time. So we come to the door, we turn around, we kill as many vampires as we can to not take too much damage. And then we're going to back up into the door. He'll go up and then drop back straight down in the same place. And we just rinse and repeat this till he's dead. And it makes this boss fight super simple.
Yeah, and he doesn't do that area damage either. And yeah, he does a lot of everything.
He would do, but we get to hit him before he gets a chance. So
right.
He would usually do it, but because we get to him like super quick. Okay, thank you, Vampire, for that.
They're not cooperative.
No,
they're not.
Now he's gonna... What's he gonna do? He's gonna... That's fine, you do that. Okay, I got him good. Look at my health though, my health is not doing too great.
Not great.
So, basically the vampire hit me as I was about to hit him and stunned me, so... It's just random whether that happens, there's not much you can do about it. You just gotta hope that they're nice to you. I've got to hit him 3 more times and I'll be dead, so hopefully I can do it without dying. That would be ideal.
You've taken his arm off.
Oh no,
it's really good. It's sort of funny. You can take their arms off. See, a couple of them are missing arms, and they sort of go, "Oh, my arm," and then they get back to it. Oh.
That's fine. I've managed to.
You're low on health.
No, and then he had iframe still. Oh man.
Oh, you missed the iframe because he attacked you. Ugh.
Man, I died on my last marathon one of this too. This boss fight, I say it was trivial. It is trivial when it goes well. That is not going well. And in the last marathon when I did too, I died right at the end of it as well. Please don't hit me. Why can I not destroy the pipe? Like, what's going on here?
You're just in the wrong place.
I'm just gonna have to do it the normal way.
The old way.
Basically, I'm doing a trick here. I walk over the pipe and then I slash backwards, and it basically destroys it without the animation that would usually play. So that's what I'm trying to do, but it just wasn't working on that first one for some reason.
I think he hit you. But yeah, the problem is you get a little stun when the vampires hit you, and whether or not they hit you is kind of random.
He's not. He's gonna... No, he's not. Okay, he's charging up, so... Right, wait for the iframes to go away. There we go. I would have been fine, but I attacked him too early the last time, so... But he still had iframes. He has iframes when he drops down, like for a second or two. You have to wait. He'll drop, but you wait, and then you attack. If you do it too quick, you won't be able to hit him.
Yeah. Look at all the crap on the floor. So exciting. Spent a lot of
heads.
Yeah. It's
like
fun.
heads and arms.
Heads and arms, yep. The way we do heads and arms. So a head and an arm is actually, we render the whole mesh. We just shrink all the bits that aren't head or arm. We shrink them down to nothing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
It's not a special mesh. It's just the normal mesh. It's just we shrink all the bones of the bits that we don't want to show. So when you chop someone's arm off, it's actually drawing two completely different meshes. One
So when you're kicking around their heads on the floor, it's an entire body. Can you even kick their heads around?
I'm not sure, actually.
I'll test it when I run back after this one. Please don't hit me. No, he had iframes. Okay, that was because the vampire was annoying
Yeah, that's
me.
good. Yep.
You have to. It just seems random because they spawn. Like that one will spawn right next to him. You just gotta hope that. Well, let me see if I kick the head. No,
Yeah.
you can't move them.
See, we didn't have monster closets. We had monster trapdoors, so they come down from the ceiling. And because you can't move the camera up, you can't go like, hey, where did he come from? It's just like, he just appeared. It's just accept it.
I think I'm moving forward too quickly. That's my issue. Like I'm going towards him too fast. So the vampires are like getting in my way. Oh, he's gonna hit me, isn't he? Right, so even though he's got no health left, he's not dead. We still got to do one more hit, and my health is not looking good. Like how much damage you take on this level is just random about what the vampires do. So that you can basically get through this entire level without taking any damage, or you can just be like a pixel away from dying.
Here we go. All done.
I hate that boss fight.
Boss fights. Worst part of any game. There you go. Apart from escort missions, and we have some of those too.
You've got literally the worst parts about gaming all in one game.
And now we got the weird guys in spacesuits. I forget why they're in spacesuits. I'm sure there's some good reason.
Don't know.
It looks cool. That's the reason for most things in this game. It looks cool. Why do we have those one-on-one kills? Yeah, one-on-one kills looks cool. Dissolving vampires looks cool.
Although the dissolving vampires also, makes a lot of sense. Because they are vampires and they would dissolve, so...
It's really good because it means you don't have even though there's 50 vampires in the level, you don't have like 50 bodies lying around screwing up your frame rate.
Yeah, you just got their heads. Well, that actually doesn't make any sense. If you chop their head off, why does their head survive but the rest of the body dissolves?
Looks cool.
Looks cool.
Why does anything in this game happen? Why do you
go out of bounds? Looks cool.
Well, it looks weird. Why have we got the midgets later on? Vampire midgets. What's going on there?
I just love that you can like punch them and they just go flying across the room.
I know.
Right? So this level here is the hardest one in the game, probably in terms of in the speedrun. Not the hardest level in the game, hardest level in the speedrun. There's a lot that can go wrong in it, and you can lose like upwards to 5-6 minutes if you die right at the end. So I'm gonna get in this little window. And I'm going to clip my hitbox like into the ledge, and then it allows me to drop out of bounds. And we're going to basically just run to where you would turn off the power. We're not going to skip the entire level with this out of bounds, but we are going to go out of bounds twice in this level. So... Because this level also has canisters that we need to place into specific things to blow things up. And you're meant to do 2. But thankfully, doing the second one that you are meant to do triggers the end of the level, regardless of whether you've done the first one or not. So we can skip the first one and just go straight to the second one. So that's what I'll be doing. Saves a lot of time.
And you do the same trick. There's a it's not a door, but it's an electrified sort of field. You'll see it. And you can do the same trick the canister is, which is you just put the canister down inside the field, and then you go to the other side and you can pick it up.
Yeah. Yeah, like when these little midgets, when you shoot them or like punch them, they just go flying. You'll see in the next room, there's a bunch of them that I can pwn. We need to turn off this power. This removes an electric field to get to where the canisters are, so we need to turn that off. I'm going to use a UV grenade here to try and clear out some enemies in this room. I didn't really get many, but it's fine. We have to kill all the enemies here because they will get in my way. There is all the midgets. I'm just going to shoot them all. They're going to go flying. I like how you shoot them, but they fly towards you because that makes a lot of sense.
I don't know what's going on there. I think they're flying backwards relative to them. So if they're facing away from you, they fly backwards.
Hello? I can't... Okay, that was weird. I was trying to shoot it and it just wasn't doing anything.
Maybe because it had started shooting you? Why are there gun turrets in the middle? Never mind. Looks cool.
Looks cool.
First canister.
And the only canister. So I'm going to drop it here. I'm going to throw a UV. Because that will clear out the enemies in this room. Grab a couple of pistol ammo. Excuse me. Grab a couple of pistols. We don't need too much, just a couple. So I didn't mention this, but when I talked about tricking the game into letting you land on a like layer, like a floor lower than where you are, so you can clip through the floor, we can also use this to trick the game into thinking you're going to land like the same level as where you are, but like in the air. So we can also use it to float in the air, and I'm going to do that right here. Sadly, we can't move when we do it. Like, we can't like airwalk around, but we can stand in the air briefly, which allows us to get out of bounds here, which I'm going to try to do, as long as these midgets don't annoy me, which they probably will. Yeah, there's a couple of enemies that survived the onslaught, so I've got to kill them. I'm going to stand on this, and I'm going to walk forward here so I can get as close to the edge as possible. I'm going to jump to the side, and it's going to allow me to stand in the air here, and this wall doesn't have collision high enough up, so we can actually get through that if we're high enough like to jump through.
It just amazes me how you found all this crap.
a lot of testing. We jump back in bounds here.
Wall. That's that.
Then we pick this up. There we go.
There you go.
So this is the second canister that you're usually meant to do, but I just skipped the first one entirely. UV down here to kill these enemies. So this next part's random. I've got to hope that both these enemies with guns will go and take cover. If they don't, they're going to shoot me, and I have to try and kill them. Hopefully he's going to run back. No? Okay. Usually, yeah, I'm not going to be able to run past him now because of this guy. Stop punching me, please, dude. You can't drop the canister on these stairs, so I have to get down them. How is he hitting me? He's nowhere near me.
Oh no!
But I'm gonna have to kill them. It's fine.
Yeah.
I'm not bothered. This would annoy me in like an actual proper speedrun, but go marathon is fine. I'll just kill them. So there is like a good chance that they will run and hide straight away, and you can just run all the way around and put it in. But it's just RNG whether it happens or not. So.
Yep.
I didn't die, so that's fine. I would have died if that guy had started shooting me while he was punching me, but he didn't, so...
Just kept punching you down and moved you down the steps. Funny.
Right, so again, just going to go out of bounds. So, fun fact, you actually jump further when you jump backwards. So, right here, I'm going to jump onto this railing, and I'm going to jump backwards through this wall, because it allows me to go further. Jumping forwards to get out of bounds here is possible, but it can sometimes fail. But jumping backwards is really consistent, so I'll just do that. It is a bit slower to jump backwards because you have to line it up more, but it's fine. I'd rather not fail it. So we basically just skipped all of that level again. Straight to the end.
Straight to the end. There we go.
We equip the UV grenades before we get on there to save a second of not having to equip them after. Throw 2 down, kills all the enemies. There's 2 enemies left, which are human. They can't be killed with the UV grenades, so we have to shoot them. That's that level done. 2 more.
That's that level done.
So these next 2 levels, casually, are the hardest in the game by far. But I'm going to make them pretty trivial.
Yeah,
even in glitchless, they would be extremely difficult. Not just in a speedrun in general, but
right. Yeah, there's a lot of bad guys. It's a long level.
You have to also escort Dr. Grant.
There's an escort with,
like halfway through the level. It's just
It's all the bad parts in one big level. Oh well.
But this level has the best skip in the entire game, where for the longest time I wanted to find a way to skip this level, and the end of this level has a room where the plane that you can stand is lower than where the end of the level trigger is. So literally, there was no way to skip this level, or at the time I thought. And then one day I was just, I decided to just mess around in the room, see what I could find, because I thought that maybe there was a chance that I could manage to jump up and hit the trigger somehow. If I was a little bit high enough, maybe I could get my feet to touch it. I don't know.
By the way, there's no enemies here because they spawn once you've done.
Once you lower the bridge, I think. But yeah, so
once
this
you lower the bridge, right? But he hasn't lowered the bridge, so there's no enemies here. So. And then this is just
no problem.
It just walks backwards through it, which is just. I'm not sure how we missed that bug, but like some of these,
you can jump forward through it as well. It's just a bit more precise. So you just kind of clip through it. I think it's like Blade doesn't the bars have gaps in them, and Blade doesn't really know what to do with that. So you can just kind of jump through it pretty much.
So this is the final level.
Yeah.
And this is meant to be the finale. So he's got to open these 3 portals by plunging his blade into the orifice. Okay,
I'm stuck, so I'm going to wait for this to go away now. I'm going to try the fastest strat. I'm going to risk it for a biscuit.
I love the way those guys are just standing there. It's good. Hey, what's your job in this level?
So you can jump straight across there, but I didn't get it. I'm going to play this safe, and I'm going to come up here and get the health kit now. It's fine.
That green goo causes damage, I think, right?
Yeah. Or the green smoke causes damage, and being in the water causes damage.
Yeah.
So that's why it's risky to jump across that gap.
They've finally woken up. They're not the smartest vampires, but there are a lot of them.
Yeah, they infinitely spawn as well. So what I'm going to do though, now Whistler's here, I'm just going to come down here. I'm going to stand on this ledge, hopefully not get clipped out of bounds when they drop on my head. Oh, he dropped right on my head then. Oh, there's one in front of me. Did he fall? I think he fell.
I think he's fallen. Yeah.
I'm basically just holding back right, just hugging the wall as close as I can. I think that should be fine now. Oh, he's there, look. He's still there, look.
Oh, he's right there. What's he doing?
He's just. I'm just going to leave him there. He's just chilling.
Oh, wait, none of that. It's a family channel.
I've never seen him do this before. Oh, that guy's up there, though. Look, he's dancing.
Oh,
this guy's dancing. There's a rave going on.
Hey. All the others are right below
I'm going to dance with them too. Hang on. Let me dance with them.
Oh, God.
Now we're all dancing.
Planted. 2 more to go.
So, yeah,
anyway,
all we're doing is just waiting for Whistler.
Whistler's wandering around, planting explosives. And you're meant to be escorting Whistler, right? Except that everyone in the level, apart from that guy, what's that guy doing? All the rest are underneath your feet trying to beat you up, and of course they can't. So,
yeah.
Why is that guy? He's like, no, I was on my tea break. I came back. Where's everyone gone?
He's looking around. Look, he's clueless. He has no idea. Oh, there's a guy in the water as well. Yes, he's got to plant 2 explosives. We just wait for him to do it and then just go to the end of the level trigger. That's it. Did you know that if you hit the end of the level trigger, before you actually spawn Whistler into this area, he just dies?
Explosive device planted.
Listen, maybe you knew that you could skip it or something, so you were like, gotta stop that.
Yeah, just a quick fix. I've never seen some of them just hang out.
Well, this is what happens on the PAL version. I've never seen it happen on NTSC. They kind of all just stand around and do nothing. Is he going to push him out of the way?
What's going to happen?
He just walked right past him. Didn't even care.
Observation. Well done, sir.
Right, so that's the last one. So once he's planted out, we can go. I'm going to try and get this guy out of my way because he might stop me from getting on my ledge. So I'm going to try and kill him. Get out of here.
There we go. Nice little dissolve of it.
Wait, did he just... So that guy fell.
Planted.
Now we're going to wait for Whistler and then we're going to go. To get ready on time, kind of very soon. This one has been pretty bad overall, but it's been fun. Like dying on Vorpal right at the end is just.
It's irritating.
It's just not good. So here's a Whistler. Just gonna give him a punch for good luck. There we go.
and then you run up the tunnel, and all the explosives have been planted, and get your ass
on
moving.
time. Any second now. We just gotta wait here for Whistler to come up the tunnel. And time. There we go.
There we
That was
go.
Blade 2. Oh, that run sucked.
A couple of RNGs not in your favour.
The dying on Vorpal, especially right at the end, is just not fun. It's fine.
Oh well. Hey, there's my name.
Yeah, my estimate was quite high for this because someone else was meant to learn this game, and I made it higher to compensate for, you know, a new person running it, so it's kind of high. But if I put you way ahead, I'm sorry. Just the way it is. My PB is actually 42 minutes, so I could have ended up being 6 minutes faster, but Vorpal said no to that, so...
That was an awesome and entertaining as hell run. So thank you so much, guys. That was fantastic.
I'm glad you enjoyed this game is great. It's a great
I was gonna say it was also really interesting to hear Forsyth's like additions to the game as well, and like hear about the models and the coding that went into it along the way too. It was a really nice experience.
Well, thank you.
He's a great commentator,
thank you guys
even
so
though he
much.
doesn't
That was
usually
wonderful.
commentate speedruns, but commentates us.
So it did fantastic, both of you.
Thank you. Well, yeah, thanks for watching this run. I have no more runs left for the marathon, so that'll be me. I hope you enjoyed the last couple that are left, and yeah, thanks.
Oh, it was absolutely wonderful. Thank you so much for the entertaining run. And as we move on, we'll be moving into Professor Layton and the Curious Village, moving on by Ghost Senpai. The Any% speedrun will be happening as our